Hello everyone, Garnetto here. Today I have a bit of a review. Now I know that Star Wars Force Awakens, not Force Awakens, Rogue One. I thought I was going to do Moana first, because I don't remember the names of fucking Rogue One. Yeah, I'll do Moana. Hello everyone, Garnetto here. So I'm here today to do a bit of a review. I have finally managed to see the latest Disney film, Moana, which might not be the latest by the time you're watching this, but still. Yeah, so I thought I'd do a bit of a review on it. I will be keeping it mostly spoiler free. I will be referencing the sort of the final event, but not explicitly saying what it is. So yeah, so Moana is a very interesting one. One thing I have to say straight away is that Disney has a lot of pitfalls that they tend to fall into, mostly categorizing the female characters as princesses when they aren't, and also the big thing that always annoys me is the forced love interest. If you go back to the olden days, then it was like, yeah, the female characters were all damsels in distress. If you go back to sort of like the middle era, they were a lot more independent, but still needed that love interest. Even more recently, when you have the independent, like Frozen, for example, when you have the independent women characters, still got a forced love interest there. I mean, Anna had two. So yeah, so the forced romance has always been an annoyance for me. There is nothing like that in Moana. I love that. It is so refreshing. We do have a lead male and a lead female, but Maui is a very, very different character to the normal male characters. That's one thing which always sort of annoys me. A lot of people will argue that it's sort of like bad role model for women, with the princesses all needing a love interest. I argue that it tends to ruin the male characters a lot. It's like how so many of them, it's just sort of like almost as if they exist purely to be the love interest for the character. Whereas Maui is one of the best male characters we've had in Disney, and I think that's in no small part to the fact that he can just be Maui. He doesn't have to be Moana's romantic interest. He doesn't have to be forced into that. He is Maui and Maui alone, and I thought that was brilliant. To be fair, so yeah, so there's a lot of very colourful characters. But first of all, I think I'll sort of discuss the plot a little bit. So Moana is a very interesting one. It is set around Polynesian culture. I'll probably be doing quite a few videos because actually I researched Polynesian culture because of Moana. And it's very fascinating how much they actually borrow from the culture. It is brilliant. So basically, it is a very simple plot. To be fair, there is a darkness spreading throughout the world because Maui stole basically an artifact, the heart of Tafiti, and basically they have to go and put it back in order to stop the destruction being caused. So yeah, so Moana goes off on her own, and basically she has. They've got a very interesting part where they have the ocean as a character. So they've sort of got Moana going off with the ocean to find Maui, in order to basically bring him in. Now it's got a very interesting roster of characters. Moana is fantastic. I can't diss Moana. She is very independent, very powerful, very good, and very interesting. I really can't fault her and her singing voice. I mean, they really hit the jackpot with their voice actor there. I think the voice actor is fantastic. Then the second sort of the male lead is Maui. Maui is easily my favorite character. He's got a very interesting role. Normally, people have a very clear, cut and dry role in Disney. Again, Maui breaks the mold with this. He is part anti-hero, part villain, part all sorts. I mean, he is the bad guy at the beginning. He is the one that stole the heart of Tafiti. That means that he needs to get put back. He is the hero. He is the anti-hero. He is the person. He is an obstacle for Moana, but also uh, a big part of it. I think that they did his character brilliantly. His song "You're Welcome" is my favorite song in the entire film. He's voiced by Dwayne Rock Johnson, and yeah, that's. I was watching one of the special features of it, and actually they got it right. They said that Dwayne has this cheeky voice; he can get away with anything. The perfect example is actually "You're Welcome." Usually, when I'm looking at films from music from Disney films, I can look at people like Jonathan Young or Caleb Hines, and they have a better version of it. I mean, it's like Savages is probably one of my favorite films. I know it's not Disney, but oh no, Savages is. Savages and Plagues are sort of two of my favorite songs from animation, and I know that Plagues is DreamWorks, not Disney, but still, and sort of they are able to do those in so much better form than they are in the films. So usually I would sing Jonathan Young and Caleb Hayes praises, but actually they both done covers of You're Welcome, and they don't get it anywhere near as good as Dwayne The Rock Johnson is. For some reason, he gets a lot of bad rep for that. It's like he can't sing. I disagree completely. I agree he's not really singing. It's not like he's got the beautiful song voice of Moana, which I think is probably what it is. It's that a lot of the songs tend to be Moana, who has that beautiful singing voice. Then we've got Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who doesn't have a beautiful singing voice. He has a very clunky singing voice, but that is how his character should work. He has the cheeky, the cockiness, which works with the film. Um, so yeah, so Maui, I can talk for hours about how brilliant he is, and actually he is based on the real mythical Maui, who is brilliant. They then have the ocean as a character, which is very funny. She's not really a main character, and yeah, and they have a huge range of sort of secondary. They're more villains, which I'll come back to in a minute. But yeah, also I do love Grandma. She is a brilliant character that we get to see when we get to see her. I love the premise of it all. I think it's brilliant. And then we have the standard thing where they go and they have to fight villains on the way. I say villains, monsters is much more like it. So first of all, they have to face the Kakamora, who are very entertaining. Admittedly, they don't really serve that much of a purpose except as an obstacle, but they are a very entertaining little villainous group. Basically, they're basically pirates in coconuts. Then we have Tamatoa, who is a crab villain. He is actually Tamatoa is a weird one. I love Tamatoa. As a character, he's brilliant, and looking at what we get of him, it's good. The problem is, 99% of what we get of him is in song form, and I really don't like the song Shiny. I will sing most songs' praises in this film. It is a brilliant film for songs, but Shiny is just out of place and horrible in my opinion. Even ones that would normally say bad songs, doing covers of them, they're not. I just don't like that song, which does let down Tamatoa a lot. But he is still a very interesting character, and a very interesting villain that they have to face. And then finally we have I can't remember what they called the lava god, the lava being. But yeah, they've got sort of like the final boss, and it is a very interesting one. One thing which I find very good is that they do break the mold a lot with this. They do go off on their own thing, and it's very different to Disney. It's got a very different formula to Disney. It's kind of like how Frozen broke the formula, but it goes even further. It's like Frozen still had that formula, and it just chose to shatter the formula halfway through, whereas Moana never had that structure. It's not like sorry, it's not like there ever was a moment where Moana is going to fall in love or where there's that. They just sort of seem to break the formula completely, except the dead parents cliche that they always do. But yeah, other than that, well, dead guardian, dead role model. That's what they always tend to do, and that's the only sort of mold they tend to stick to. Not going to tell you who dies, but yeah. They've got a very good comic relief hey hey character who is a chicken and gets a lot of laughs, to be fair. Moana, not Moana, Maui has a lot of comic relief as well. And yeah, overall, I would say that it is one of Disney's best films, actually. I would say that it is. We are clearly in a new age of Disney princesses being a good thing again. We did have a while in the middle there whilst we didn't have anything, but sort of the last 5-10 years, Disney has been back on a roll, and this is just yet another example of how they are winning it back. Moana is a very fine edition, and I would highly suggest watching it. It is brilliant, and it is also a very good insight into Polynesian culture. Like I say, I've researched it. I will probably be doing several videos on it, but they actually encapsulate the myths and legends very well, I think. So yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think of this film down in the comment section below. Also, let me know what your favourite song is. There's usually a lot of debate over this. So I'm very interested to see what everyone's favourite song is of this film. So yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.